Welcome to Daily Meditation with Sangha Live.
Hello everyone. Welcome wherever you are in the world. Greetings from Geneva, where I live. Sun is radiant here. It's already hot, maybe just a little cooler. It's lovely to see your names arrive in the chat, your greetings. Whenever you're settled, could someone please tell me if you see me and hear me okay in the chat? Thank you, George. All good. Thank you. So our theme. Oh, thank you, Clive Martinez. You can hear and see me well too. Okay, great. Thank you. So our theme for today is interconnectedness and fire. It's the last of the four great elements in Buddhism that form what is called rupa: earth, water, air, fire. Rupa meaning material form. In Buddhism, the four great elements refer both to external and internal elements. They are used in meditation, notably in the Satipatthana Sutta, to see how our bodies are not me, but are composed of constantly changing processes. And as we have explored on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the four elements have qualities that we can sense outwardly and inwardly. Solidity with earth, fluidity with water, movement with air. And the quality, or one of the qualities that we will explore today with fire, is heat. When I chose the title for these sessions on interconnectedness and the five elements, I did not think about the climate crisis. It was springtime, with flowers and greenery everywhere. And the concept of connecting our inner life with our outer life appeared refreshing. But now, with this week's heat wave and soaring temperatures in Europe, the climate crisis is on my mind. And if you live in Europe like me, you're bound to be aware of the heat, with temperatures exceeding 40 degrees in many regions, in France, Spain, Portugal, Italy. Even in the Alps, the 0-degree isotherm was recorded at an altitude of 5,124 meters end of June, which is very unusual at this time of year. So I'm not talking about this to raise alarm. And if you live in Europe, you are necessarily aware of these problems. And if you live elsewhere, you certainly also see the damage of global warming. If I mention this, it is to avoid denial. One of the risks associated with the practice of meditation is its use as a means of escape from reality. A well-documented phenomenon, called spiritual bypass. And I realized yesterday that until today, I have approached the elements only in their pleasant dimension. So today, with the element of fire, I don't want to deny the reality of the planet warming. Extreme heat raises significant concerns about our future and that of the planet. And I understand that many suffer from feelings of eco-anxiety. So in the light of these high temperatures, I have been contemplating whether I can offer any meaningful insights regarding the situation. But to tell you the truth, I don't know what can be done to stop the process. I don't have the answers. So what can we do? These heat waves highlight the power of fire. What does fire teach us about fire? Fire can both illuminate and burn. And the same is true for all the elements. They are powerful. Both outside us and inside us. They are powerful. Earth can sustain us, but also crush us. Water can relieve us, but also flood us. Air can carry us, but also disconnect us from reality. And in extreme situations, our challenge is to respond not with panic, but with awareness, with grounded presence, with caring action. These, of course, are general guidelines. Regarding specifics, I don't know what to tell you, except by telling you how I handle the crisis. My way of responding is to ask my heart. I ask the inner compass of my heart, or my bodhisattva self, what can I do? And my bodhisattva heart says, number one, care for the world. Number two, care for others. Number three, care for yourself. My bodhisattva heart says, action, care, insight. Action, authentic action, comes from the fire of the belly. Care comes from the fire of the heart. Insight comes from the fire of clear seeing. And all three are connected. Caring for the world, the question is, what action can I take? Is it writing to the government or the press? Subsidizing a green movement or joining an activist group? And for sure, changing my lifestyle to make it environment friendly. Caring for others. Here again, the question is, what action can I take? Is it to offer to shop for my elderly neighbor that can't go out in the heat? Be here for smaller or bigger ways for loved ones who are struggling with the heat? Caring for myself. And here again, the question is, what action can I take? Is it to recognize that I need some rest? Appreciate life fully when I'm okay, and my loved ones too? Meet with compassion my difficult emotions? Ask for help when it is needed? That's how I handle the situation. Not that I consider myself a model example, by no means. A few more thoughts about caring actions. A caring act holds intrinsic value due to the nature of the action itself. It comes from the heart. Research indicates that individuals who engage in actions for the common good during natural and other disasters tend to demonstrate greater resilience compared to those who give up. And based on my 20 years of experience in social work before becoming a psychotherapist, I would add that it's best not to worry too much about the results. Instead, focusing on what feels necessary and right according to the inner compass of the heart promotes a meaningful life, even in the midst of a seemingly irrational world. On the other hand, when we think in terms of what I offer is only a drop in the ocean of suffering, we are comparing our actions to visible results, and this raises anxiety. What I found in social work, another thing, is that it is impossible to accurately measure the impact of caring actions. However, if our motivation is rooted in, I am doing this because it aligns with my heart, we are maintaining our mental well-being. As long as we include ourselves. Caring action always includes us too. We need to take care of our well-being if we wish to be helpful for others and the world. We are of no help if we are exhausted. So, to live the ideal of the Bodhisattva requires taking breaks, resting, enjoying good times when good times are here. Pause, rest, have fun, enjoy. Remembering that today we are alive. And the truth is that in the end, we will all die anyway. As Buddhists, as practitioners, we know this. Impermanence is a truth of existence. It's not gloomy, it's a fact. We will all die sooner or later. Nothing wrong with that. We meditate to integrate this truth. This is perfect timing to meditate on death. So let's look closer now at how fire expresses itself in our lived experience. Fire is not subtle. It does not arrive gently like air. It is not solid like earth. Nor does it soften or is it peaceful like water. Fire cracks, burns, awakens, insists. It is the element of transformation, of truth that cannot be ignored. In Buddhist thought, fire is a metaphor for the fires that both bind us and awaken us. The Buddha often spoke of the fires of greed, hatred, and delusion that bind us. But he also taught of inner radiance that dawns when we see clearly, when we live fully, when we open to what is. In our lived experience, fire has 3 dimensions, at least. Fire in the belly, fire in the heart, and the fire of consciousness. Fire in the belly is sacred vitality. It lives in the belly as the fire of action. It is the creative force, eros, the life force that drives action, creation. It is our instinct, our appetite for life. It is the power of being alive in the body. Fire of heart is sacred warmth. This is the flame of compassion, of courage, of belonging. It is what allows us to feel another's suffering without turning away. It is also the fire that burns through our defenses so that we can truly love. It is the warmth of love. Fire of consciousness is sacred illumination. This is the fire of awakening. It burns through illusions. It reveals the nature of things. It is the flame that arises when we see through the veils. It is the light of insight. In the spiritual realm, there is a sacred fire of yearning that is not to be fixed. It is to be honored. The sacred fire of yearning needs to burn, to illuminate, to warm us back to life. Kundalini in the tantric traditions and in Kundalini Vidya is the sacred fire of consciousness that takes root in the pelvis. Reconnecting with this force means accepting that spiritual awakening also passes through the body. Illumination, another word for awakening. Fire also lives in the shadows, in the desires we suppress, the yearnings we feel shame for, the anger we fear to touch, desire, frustration, longing. This is all fire. But these two are doorways. Fire is the ache to live fully, not abstractly, but bodily, relationally. To stand in the presence of inner fire is to say, I am ready to change. This is the fire of purification. Fire asks, what longing have you buried too long that is now asking to become light? What are you willing to let burn, to let new life to emerge? Can you stay present with intensity and not run? There is a quote from Karl Friedrich Graf Durkheim, the German Zen teacher. He writes, Eros is the Holy Spirit of nature. Inspired by this quote, I wrote a poem called Holy Spirit. It goes like this. I'm the dog, the patient traveler, wanting more, waiting no more. I say, you are blessed. And I dance like a firecracker, lit by longing, fed by truth. I open to be touched, taken, awakened. So let's explore for a few minutes. Close close your eyes. Listen to the questions. Let them land deeply and collect what comes up. What longing have you buried too long that is now asking to become light? What are you willing to let burn for a new life to emerge? Can you stay present with intensity and not run? Let's meditate. Find a comfortable seat or lie down if you wish. And allow your body to settle. Finding the ground. Touching the ground. Body rising towards the sky if you are sitting. It's a natural unfolding from the inside, rising up. Like sap rising through the trunk of a tree. And relax. Come into contact with your breath. The soft, natural flowing of breath. Coming and going. Nothing to fix, nothing to change. Allowing breath to flow through you. Whether your breath is shallow or deep. shifting our attention now towards the belly. Just below the navel and lower, diving in. Through the different layers, sensing in as we dive, as we explore. Perhaps you can sense your breath coming and going. In that place. If so, let it guide you deeper. The fire of vitality lies here. Perhaps you can feel its touch. A warmth, a tingling. A glow. Let it be. We are alive in our belly, in our lower belly. Alive. Breathing in, breathing out. Alive. And if things are getting a little intense, that is okay too. Learning to taste the taste of intensity without running away is a key. Breathing in, breathing out, alive. And now let's shift our attention towards the heart. Here is where the fire of love resides. Perhaps you can sense your breath in this place, coming and going, in and out. Calling on the fire of love. Love is always here. If you wish, you may put a hand on your chest if it helps. Calling on the power of compassion. Breathing in this space with love. Breathing in, love. Breathing out, love. Perhaps you can sense some warmth seeping in. Breathing gently. Sensing the softness of your breath. Breathing out. Sensing the softness of your breath. Nothing to do. Only resting. Allowing. How would it be to really allow heart to be the guide? Right here. Through the way you sense. Through the way you listen. Through the way you breathe. Right here. Perhaps you can feel the warmth, the softness spreading. Radiating. Don't force anything. Listen. Sense. Allow. And now let's shift our attention to the space behind our eyes. Resting there. Simply aware. There is a clarity that resides here. Sense your eyes resting, like resting in a blue-green mountain lake. When eyes do not search, when they rest, something might open behind our eyes. But we need not force anything. Resting is the key. Resting is the key to transparency. When we let go of wanting, and we rest. A clarity perhaps will emerge. in this place of rest behind our eyes, we notice whatever is here. Without searching for anything. Without forcing anything. And notice what is most alive right now. What light wants to shine? Breathing in, breathing out. Allowing your light to shine. In, out. We're coming to the end of our meditation. So you can start moving gently out of your meditation, perhaps by starting to move your fingers, stretching a little bit. And see if you can, as you're doing this, stay in connection with what is vibrating in you.
Today's podcast is an offering to you from our archive of freely available live daily classes. We make wisdom teachings and meditations as freely available as possible to as many people as wish to practice. You can help ensure we can continue to support a worldwide Sangha by leaving a review wherever you get your podcasts, by sharing this with someone who'd be interested, and by offering a small financial support at sangha.live/donate.